Hello, I'm Sarah Black.
And I'm Theo Black.
And here is our review in under 3 minutes for Marshall. No spoilers.
African-American attorney Thurgood Marshall, played by Chadwick Boseman, works with the reluctant help of Jewish attorney Sam Friedman, played by Josh Gad, to defend an African-American man accused of raping a white woman. I really liked this movie. It does drama that isn't afraid to make jokes. It's a very serious issue. Civil rights, right before World War II, even covers Jewish American issues at the time. I love that it covers that, but isn't afraid to have the characters make jokes at each other's expense. These are real people. They would have had to make jokes in the face of the crushing issues they had to deal with. And it makes them more full because it does that.
Oh, I completely agree, and I really like some of the dialogue. There were a few iffy places, but they did some really good subversions and tricks. I also really appreciated that they took one moment out of the very long career of Thurgood Marshall, and that's what they chose to show on the screen. And It's this moment that's definitely a very charged issue where you have a poor black man accused of raping a rich white woman, and it's also taking place in the northern states, which are, you don't think of as racist in the same way you do the southern states. So in that way, they didn't go for the low-hanging fruit. They decided to tell a more kind of complicated issue.
I agree. I like that they chose that moment because it allowed them to look at the obstacles of that case, not of his whole career. This isn't a biopic. This is about this one moment, which means Thurgood Marshall, who they present as kind of being a perfect character, which could make it so he has no arc, does actually have an arc because he has to work with Sam Friedman, which maybe he's not as good at.
Yeah.
And Sam Friedman has a whole arc, and because they're tied together like it's a buddy movie, it means that you can put those obstacles in, and really overwhelming obstacles, for just that one case, and it's easy to follow, and you really feel how hard it is and how good he had to be. He had to be that way because of the situation, and it's not fair to him or the way that was at the time, but I like that about it.
Well, and they show some scenes where you see exactly what he's missing out on by being this guy who goes out there and does these things.
Yeah.
I will say I like the cinematography more than you did, I think. I thought it had kind of a neat noirish look. Some of the musical cues were a little strange, and it had the worst opening credits I've ever seen.
Those opening credits were bunk. It wasn't really taking any risks. It was a little too sterile considering the kind of movie it was trying to be. There are some good shots. It was by no means bad. It was very adequate. It just didn't do anything above and beyond.
I thought it was a good movie. I think you should see it. It's 4 out of 5 pigeons for me.
I agree. Thought it was a good movie. I think you should go give this one a look. 4 out of 5 pigeons.
Now it's on the internet.
Subscribe.